Action. Hello folks, Ed here, W4EMB in the garage today because today is June 1st, coronal mass ejection day. And so we thought we'd just shoot a couple exercise videos. All right. This exercise, what I'm going to do is I'm going to play 5 common phrases. And I'm going to do it at 14 words a minute, where I'm just going to play a common phrase. And what I'd like you to do is get your pencil and number your paper number 1. We're going to do 5 of them. But I'm going to play 5 common phrases. What I'd like you to do is I'm going to play the phrase, then I'll say it, and then I'll play it again. Okay? So I'm going to play it, say it, and then I'll play it. All right? So I'm going to do a couple V's just to get my hand used to the keyer speed. Okay? All right. Common phrase number 1. Uh-oh. Did I say common phrases? I meant almost common. And there's a lesson to be learned here. All right. That phrase that I sent was at the drop of a hammer. At the drop of a hammer. Now, curious, if you didn't get that last word, did you get H-A and then fall off the wagon? As soon as you didn't hear the letter that you expected to hear? And then with those final letters of, M-E-R at the end of that hammer, that dit, it's just kind of quick, those short letters like the E, at the drop of a hammer. We did that as an exercise lesson. What happens when the word coming at you isn't what you expect? Can you get back on the ladder quickly? Or back on the wagon, back on the ladder. Can you get back on the wagon quickly if you fall off the wagon? All right, so now that we know that it's a tricky one, at the drop of a hammer, let's hear at the drop of a hammer, 14 words a minute. Oops. At the drop of a hammer. Period. All right, at the drop of a hammer. Okay, folks, here comes number 2. Number 2. How about that one? Cost an arm and a ladder. Where have we heard ladder before? All right, folks. So now that we know that it's cost an arm and a ladder, let's go ahead and hear that one again. Cost an arm and a ladder. There we go. Cost an arm and a ladder. Okay, now, oh boy, here's some birds out there. Lots of birds here at the house. I got 3 nests, one in this bush, one on top of my rain gutter, and one in my other bush. Lots of ladders. They just decided to, this is where they've nested, and they just like being here, I guess. Okay, number 3. Here comes number 3. Go ahead and take a breath. Number 3, common phrase. Sorry, not a common phrase. All right, here we go. Number 3. That's not it. I'm leaving these mistakes in. I was going to edit this and just make it all be perfect. But that is discouraging to somebody that's new, I think. When you grab up a key and you're like, gosh, I make so many mistakes. Everybody else is doing it great. Proof. Nope, not at all. So we're going to throw this video up as it is. So I'm sorry if I'm wasting your paper. All right, so here we go. Number 3, common phrase, almost. There we go. Better late than nested. Better late than nested. Like a bird nested. Better late than nested. All right. Now let's go ahead and hear that. Hopefully correct first time through, but if not, that's all right. Here we go. Better late than nested. There we go. Goodness gracious. All right, folks. Here comes number 4. It's humid out here today. Got a fan going, but it's blowing into the front of the van. I'm trying to get it to come around the corner, but I don't think my air bending techniques are in there. All right, number 4. All the way to that last word, number 4. This helps you, I think. So if you missed any letters in there, number 4. Anybody catch it? Back to the drawing blade, not board. Back to the drawing blade. Now that we know that it's back to the drawing blade, let's hear it. Goodness gracious. It's not even Monday. I'm having all those errors. But again, I want to leave those in. Okay, here we go. Number 5, last one. Once in a blue Monday. Now that we know that it's once in a blue Monday, let's hear it. Okay, folks, there you go. I want to show you something here. Did you notice where my hand ended? So if you're practicing sending, which I encourage you to do those, make up your own phrases or try to send those. If you're working on your spacing, let's do the word Monday. Notice I just rest my hand here. That's my way of doing like a break between words. If I'm straight keying, sometimes I would get on my straight key and I would lay my hand over between words. Sometimes in between letters, a trick that you could do is, if you want to do this between letters, you can. If it's just really quick, you know. If you have a problem with certain ones, like you can do a quick tap in between B and K. So that way it reminds you that BK isn't necessarily a pro sign, but be prepared to hear that on the air like it is. Some people might smoosh that B and K together, okay? Don't be intimidated by that. It's okay. The CW police aren't coming to get you. We all learn as we go. So anyway, there's our phrases. At the drop of a hammer, cost an arm and a ladder, better late than nested, back to the drawing blade, and once in a blue Monday. And then our other exercise was another video. Anyway, folks, I would like to know how these exercises are working for you. If these kind of videos are something you'd like to see more of, so please drop me a comment down below if you would. And before I let everybody go, thank you very much to my coffee crew and coffee club, the people who have clicked on my Buy Me a Coffee link. That's what provides these mighty awesome microphones. I wear it around my neck, under my shirt, to help try to keep down some of the microphone noise. And so I sure appreciate that. And then, of course, this camera and the little tripod that it's on, that's all come from my supporters. And my videos, when I go back in time and look at some of my older ones, I can't thank my supporters of the channel enough, because I think that it really added good quality sound and good quality video, not this part of it, for folks to watch. Because I know that when I'm watching a video, if I get tons of wind noise or just it's bad audio, I got to move on. I have to move on. So I hope that the audio and video quality here at this channel holds people's attention long enough, and I hope that the drills and exercises and content is something for you to be intrigued about and ask questions about. If you do have any questions about me or my equipment or anything that I use, please let me know, and I'll try to get to all those questions. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Ed, W4EMB, and we'll see you next time. 72.